Hello and welcome to American Truck Simulator, and hello and welcome to what I'm going to call the Generalized Status Update, because that's essentially what this is. You ever wake up really early in the morning and you're just kind of wondering, why am I awake? That's how I crashed into this pole. I forgot that I was parked right next to a pole. I literally, I knew I had to watch out for something, but obviously I completely forgot what that thing was. Come on, go on by. Thank you. All right. So yeah, you ever just like wake up early in the morning and you just you wake up and you feel fine and you have no idea why, because for the past 2 weeks you haven't been able to wake up earlier than 10 a.m. That's how I feel right now. No, seriously. So yeah, I've actually, like, obviously I tend to be like happy-go-lucky in my videos, and not that like I don't mention well, I do. I try to mention it more often now lately, but yeah, I'm usually fairly like, yeah, woo, let's check this out, woo, let's do a thing. Not so much on the sad stuff, but or like complaining about life, but anyhow, yeah, I've actually had 2 kind of really bad weeks. I'm honestly a bit confused by it, because like I don't even know how to explain it. I really don't, but I've just had 2 really bad weeks, and oh, that was a beautiful turn. Look at that. I mean, it's not done yet, but there we go. That was a beautiful turn, and I have my own truck now. You already know that, or maybe you don't. If not, welcome to the series. I've been playing this for a little while, mostly on live streams, since this is only like the 5th episode, but I've played it for hours and hours, and I've only played it like a tiny bit without it being whatchamacallit, without it being like recorded or streamed or whatever. But in any case, yeah, I've actually had, like, when it comes to sleep and like keeping up with school, I've actually had a really terrible 2 weeks, and well, just keeping up with things in general, I've had a really terrible 2 weeks. And this is, come on, speed limit that makes no sense. I need to like install a mod that makes the speed limits make sense. Apparently there's a mod for that, which would be pretty cool. And actually come to think of it, this spot does make sense, because it was like, oh, we got up to a tiny little bit of highway and now we're back in the city area. So that actually does make sense now that I think about it. But in any case, I need to not be so harsh on my brakes. Yeah. So I haven't been able to wake up early. Like, I have a really early morning in class that's physics level 200, so like upper level physics, and I haven't been able to wake up early enough to go to that class, pretty much except for like once in the past 2 weeks, and I feel really bad about that. I'm not normally a person who skips out on classes, but I've been doing really bad with sleep. I go to bed at a reasonable time most nights. Some nights, yeah, I'm up. Whoa, dude, what the fuck? Holy shit. You guys saw that, right? Holy shit. Wow, I've never seen a fucking asshole. In any case, yeah, dude, did they add like people who drive badly to the game? Like, that's actually pretty cool if that's what they did, like, you know, because there are asshole drivers, you know, there really are, and that'd be kind of cool if that's legitimately what they did. But in any case, yeah, I've had a really bad 2 weeks when it comes to sleep, and this morning, like last night I went to bed at like, God, like almost midnight or something, and it's like all of a sudden the spell has been lifted, because even though I went to bed, well, actually, yeah, that makes perfect sense. I went to bed at like midnight, and it's 7, a little past 7 now, and I woke up and I was perfectly fine, and I'd forgotten that you can take a right turn on red for a moment there. Yeah, because this is America. America, fuck yeah. But in any case, yeah, I just, yeah, the thing is, you know how most people say, like, oh, you need 8 hours of sleep. Yeah, that's not true. You need 7. And, I got 7 last night, and I feel pretty good this morning, which is nice, because, like I said, I've been pretty steadily, like, sometimes I'd get really bad sleep because it wasn't enough sleep, but most times I was getting, like, 9, 10, 11 hours, but, like, I just wouldn't wake up, or I'd wake up but I'd feel like shit even though I'd had reasonable sleep. And I think part of it might have to do with where I live and like noise pollution, like, because there's a lot of noise where I live, and so sometimes I legitimately do have issues with sleep just because of noise. But sometimes, like, there's noise but I don't even notice that there's noise bothering me, and so I don't get good sleep, but I don't even notice that that's why I'm not getting good sleep. So, that's interesting. Whoa, dude! Not cool. Not cool. Actually, that wasn't too bad. I mean, I did have to, like, slow down real fast, but it wasn't terribly bad. Alright. We're gonna be making a turn here. You better not pull out in front of me, you dick. Seriously, what is it with people suddenly being dicks in this game? That's interesting. Alright. Let's rely on our mirrors, okay? Oh god. Alright, everything's fine. I'm just gonna... Let's pretend I'm driving normally, okay? Let's just pretend, because obviously I'm not and won't. But, in any case, yeah, the biggest thing going on with me in the past 2 weeks is that I haven't been getting a lot of sleep, and or I've been getting too much sleep, but like not really feeling rested, and just been tired, and just been tired like crazy, so I haven't really gotten much of anything done. And that's why, I mean, for like 2 weeks ago, I had videos pretty much prepared. I did a good job of catching up, keeping up, having everything ready, so there was no big deal. But the last week I kind of missed videos on a couple days, or like had late videos, or like had a live stream go up as a video like yesterday, because I just wasn't like available. Like that plane reviews video was supposed to go out like 3 or 4 days before it did, and I just couldn't get it edited because I was just exhausted and didn't care about anything, and then was getting kind of depressed and stuff because I was having troubles with so much stuff. Because, yeah, I have problems with depression. I've mentioned that before. But, in any case, now for something happier. I've actually been working on developing a GUI library. I made a video about it not too long ago. That pop.box thing. Come on. Change lanes, or don't. This is 3 lanes, so yeah, I guess we're fine here. That's been going alright. I haven't gotten much done since I made that video where I was like, yay, I got a window drag moving. I fixed the bugs that I found in that video, so that's pretty happy. Oh dear. Can you get by, please? Thank you. Okay. That was scary. I didn't realize I was still in an interchange area, which is amazing considering there's these giant bridges everywhere that I just somehow didn't notice. In any case, what's it called? So, Popbox, yeah, that GUI library. Still needs a lot of work. I did work on the documentation a lot, and then I pretty much quit for a while, because I don't know what it is about documentation, but every time I go and document something, I just kind of get fed up with working on it for a little while, and I think that's to do with the fact that when I do the documentation, I realize how incomplete it is, and then I'm just kind of like, and I get kind of overwhelmed, or it's either a combination of that, or it's also sometimes that it's just like, it makes me stop and realize, like, okay, yay, there's these things, but there's so much there's so much left to do. And then also, like, as I'm writing the documentation, there's certain things where, like, as I'm writing the documentation for it, I'm going, yeah, I need to I want to change how that works. And then of course the moment I change that, the documentation's gonna be out of date, and then I'm gonna have to redo the documentation. And yes, I know there's tools to automatically document things by, like, including docs in your source code, but the system for doing that with Lua, there is a thing called Lua Doc, which uses kind of the standard format that's used in a lot of different languages and a lot of different documentation for different tools. But that documentation, I don't have that on my computer, and I haven't figured out how to get that set up on my computer, because my main computer is... Alright, chill. My main computer is Windows, and so I have to... whatchamacallit, I have to, like, know about that. What's the word I'm looking for? I have to, like, know about that on Windows. Windows. Yeah, because basically, developing on Linux is pretty easy most of the time. I don't run into terribly many issues, except when it comes to setting up Lapis for the first time ever, because I didn't know what the fuck I was doing with half of it. And, it's not really... I half want to say it's not really their fault, and half want to say they do. It is, because... Half of me says yes, it was their fault because it took fucking forever and was horrible and like but also once I finally did get it, it was like, oh yeah, your documentation makes sense. I just couldn't make sense of it the first time, and I don't know why. But for the most part, developing on Linux is a lot easier than developing on Windows. I run into errors a lot less often, and things are installed as easily as apt-get install, or what's the other one? Pacman-S, or you know, whatever OS distribution whatchamacallit, package manager you're using, like Lua rocks for Lua based stuff and different things. Yes, I know I'm tired. Oh, there was a rest stop right there. I just passed it. Shit, that's not good. And I'm red, which means I might fall asleep at the wheel. Apparently that's a thing. I've never experienced it, but apparently it's a thing, and I think we might just get lucky here, and by lucky I mean unlucky, and I might just pass out while driving, which is fun, especially because it's 3 p.m. in the game, and I'm gonna pass out while driving at 3 p.m. because I just pulled an all-nighter, I guess. Yeah. In any case, let's see. I'm looking at my list of things to mention. Chili is delicious. Yeah, because my mom made chili recently, and that's you know, chili. It's delicious. It is. So, do I really only have $852 in game right now? Holy shit. I forgot that I'm supposed to make back all my money with this delivery. What if I pass out while driving and crash and have a horrible wreck, and then I have to pay for that, and then I have to sell the truck in order to pay for that, and then I'm right back where I started? That would kind of suck. Like, really, really suck. So I'm gonna hopefully, you know, I just missed another exit with a rest stop. I'm really, really bad at this. I think I might literally just pull over on the side of the road here soon and stop, except look what's coming up ahead. Another exit. Yes, I know I'm getting tired and I should find a place to rest. I'm actually working on that right now. Fortunately, this time, because I'm paying enough attention, I noticed that there is a place I can stop right up ahead. Unless I'm misunderstanding that icon, and that rest area over there doesn't mean rest. Whoops, I hit the gas instead of the brake, because I'm a dingus like that. Yeah, that's right, you're gonna wait for me even though it's your turn to go, because I am a dick truck driver. Oh god. I hit them, but it didn't count as my fault. Alright, that's fine by me. Did I take any... Whoops, that's the wrong button because I changed my buttons. Did I take any damage? No? Okay. What does it say? Remain 16 hours, next rest stop in 0 minutes. Yeah, because I'm at it almost. Alright. Yes, yes, yes. So, is there a specific spot I pull into, or do I just kind of pull into the back? Oops, I forgot to blinkers, but that's okay. So yeah, there's this other programming thing. Yes, I know, I'm finding a place to rest right now. Oh god, am I about to pass out? Oh my god. So that's what that looks like. That's cool. I don't know how to actually tell it to rest. I know that you like can pull into a stop and then wait, what? I don't remember. That one. Okay. Press the following key to rest. Yay. Alright, it's 2 a.m., so that means I better, well, first of all, let me, oops, there we go. Have the lights on. Alright, now for the fun of backing up. No, wait, I want to turn this way to back up. Actually, with where I'm positioned, I want to back up this way. Alright. Alright. Turn signals. No, there's no one here. And it doesn't matter. Or maybe it does. I don't know. There you go. Gonna come around here. Turn signal again. Even though, again, there's no one here. I'm being proper. See? I'm being proper. Yeah, so there's this game jam called Don't Tell Me I Can Only Go Left. You motherfucker. Is this really a left-only kind of place? No. Fuck you. I'm going right. I don't care what you say. Yeah, this is a 2-lane road. You can't tell me what to do. Yeah. So, whatchamacallit, there's a game jam going on right now. It's called... Sorry, I had to copy the game there for a moment. That's my excuse, and I'm knocking down a call box and sticking to it and pulling the call box with me a little bit. Yeah, it didn't happen, okay? What's it called? Low res jam. It's till April 17th or 18th. I forget which. But essentially it's a game jam where the key thing to listen to follow is, whoa, not driving crazily. No, it has nothing to do with driving. The key thing to follow in this game jam is that your game has to be 64 by 64 pixels, like the screen area has to be that size. And so it's kind of a, you know, oh look, let's make a retro kind of thing, and that's literally the only limitation, is that your graphics display has to be 64 by 64 pixels. Obviously you can scale it up so that, you know, it's easier to see, because, you know, modern displays 64 by 64 pixels would be like the 50 in the 50 mile an hour on my screen right now or something, you know. And whatchamacallit, but you can't do any like sub-pixel movement or stuff. You have to actually emulate a 64 by 64 pixel screen properly. And as kind of an indirect result, I think I kind of fixed a problem I had with rendering, I guess, from a long time back. I had this other game idea that I was working on a long time ago that I abandoned because when I tried to see, that's what I get for waking up at a reasonable time one morning. Oh, I'm actually speeding massively. I didn't even notice. Yeah. Hope there's no one there, because I'm coming right through. And I knocked over a stop sign. Thank God they don't give you tickets for that, because I do that way too much. But yeah, I actually had this other idea that I'd worked on a long time ago, where the rendering was really fucked up, and I could never figure out why, and it sucked. But I used a similar method for rendering this time around, because basically it's a free scrolling map that you're walking around on, and like I said, I never got it right before, but this time I got it right. And oh, apparently that's not good enough. There we go. Oh yeah, beautiful. Yeah, I never got it right before for some reason, and it took me 18 hours. Alright, well, let's see. Long distance delivery, bonus parking trailer, hazmat delivery, proficiency, and base reward was only 8,000? I thought it was higher than that. I mean, 8,000 is a lot. It's more than I've gotten before, because I was taking deals with, you know, the quick hire? Oh, quick job instead of freight market. And where am I now? I'm somewhere. Will it tell me where I am? No. Oh yes, good, it will. That little blue dot. So I'm near Oakdale, so I'll probably want to pick up a load from Oakdale. That's only 5,000. That's 6,000. Fresno has another one that's 6,000, but it's further distance to drive to get it. This one will take me to Barstow. This one will take me to LA. Let's go home. Yeah, let's take a job that'll take us to LA. No, but that's literally the route we just did. No, so we're gonna have to do this other one from Oakland. And whatchamacallit? So yeah, the programming thing. I managed to get it. I managed to get everything working, and I'm pretty happy with that. Do I have to just like turn around here? Yeah, it looks like it. Oh dear, I think there's a pole behind me. Yeah, because I'm just going from literally right where I just dropped off from. That's great. Alright, at least the lights are on and everything still, since, oh god, since it is just from where I dropped off from. But yeah, so the game that I'm working on, the idea I'm working on now with that game jam, and hopefully I get it done in time, I don't know if I will, is called Pixel Harvest. And I think that's about the cleverest name I've ever come up with for anything, because I'm not typically very good at coming up with the clever names. But it's basically Stardew Valley or Harvest Moon, but in a 64 by 64 pixel format, because, you know, that's what the game jam is all about. That screen size. And oops. Next rest stop in 11 hours. In 11 hours? Is that because it doesn't know where I'm going? Or is it really going to take 11 hours to get there? It's not going to take 11 hours to get there. Yeah, it's only going to take 2 hours. I guess there's no rest stops along this route for that distance, which is crazy. But, There you go. That is a thing. That is a thing that happens. But what am I looking for? Yeah, low res jam, pixel harvest. It's gonna be like Stardew Valley or Harvest Moon. And speaking which of, yeah, that was the other thing I wanted to mention. I tried to make a Stardew Valley video, and everything went badly. By that I mean I had audio desync issue, so the footage was unusable, which is nice. I'm hoping I can fix that by doing it again. I'm hoping I can attempt another recording and everything go better this time, but I'm not sure if I'll be able to. Oops, I fucked up that turn a little bit. Don't mind me, sorry. Sorry about that, guys. Alright, there we go. And this road is either going to stay at 55 or it's going to drop down like right here. Or right here. Nope, I guess this is a 55. Okay, that's good. I don't like going slower. I like to go fast. Yeah, so I tried to record Stardew Valley. That went badly. I tried to edit some video, and that went badly. Sony Vegas just crashed instantly. As soon as I started it, it crashed, and it did that like, well, it's doing that repeatedly now. I'm hoping a reboot will fix it. I haven't, you know... Oh, this is going to slow down here, isn't it? Because he's slowing down. No? Okay. I'm hoping a reboot will fix it, but I don't know if a reboot will. And obviously that would really suck if I just, you know, lose it or whatever. Oops, I'm speeding massively. Don't mind me. Just speeding massively. It feels like 55 is way too fast to be going through this area. Oh. And now, of course, it's down to 30. Alright, there we go. Oh, I recognize where we are. Oh, yeah. This place is pretty. Well, I mean, every place in this place is pretty, but this place in particular I recognize as being pretty. I'm just gonna, since I can right now, because I have no trailer. Ah, shit. What? What? That's not a red signal offense. That's a cut the corner offense. Like, I don't deny that I did something wrong there. It's just, it wasn't a red signal offense. It was a right turn on red. That's perfectly legal. It's the fact that I didn't drive on the fucking road that's the problem. God damn it. Game, you make me sad sometimes. Yet I don't get a signal for rolling through a stop sign. What is this shit? What is this shit? Alright, and stop. And that is going to be that job. Yes. Oops. Wrong button. Alright. Now I have to go and... Whoa, why am I going backwards? Why is my blinker still on? Alright, I have to go pick up one of these trucks. Trailers. One of these trailers. I don't know which one. It's probably right around the corner. Ugh. Okay. Oh, it's all the way down there. Okay. That's fine. Oh, yeah. Probably should not be going this fast in here. Alright, and stop. And now we're going to do a nice real tight turn. Now we're going to do a nice real tight turn this way. Whoa, that's too close. Shit, I'm gonna run into this thing now, aren't I? Oh. Yeah, I'm just kind of grinding against this now. That sucks. This is the worst job I've done at backing up and getting into something ever. Yeah. This is terrible. I'm not a good truck I'm not a real truck driver. I'm sorry. I'll get better, guys. I'll get better. I'll get better slowly. Alright, I need to back up this way a little bit more still. But otherwise I'm fairly well lined up. Oops. I just thought I was going too fast there, so I stopped. This thing won't back up. Thank you. Alright. There you go. Alright, now the truck goes slowly, because it's, whatchamacallit? It's, heavy now. Oops, that's the windshield wipers. Alright. I wanted to turn off the light, because... Whoa, why are they back on? I turned you off. Thank you. I was gonna say, I don't even know what I was gonna say there. The the lights. I'm bad at things. But yeah, I'm having a good morning, which is nice because I haven't had a good morning in a while. I mean, yesterday was alright, and the day before was kind of alright. Basically, because I've been having so many problems with this, and also the professor I have for my... Whoops, I forgot to signal there. The professor I have for my... whatchamacallit? The professor I have for... That's not my fault! He's the dick that pulled out too far. Fucking game. Fucking game. You owe me like 20 grand, you game. You owe me like 20 grand. The professor I have for physics. Like... I like the guy, and I liked him at the beginning of the beginning of the semester. But it quickly became apparent that the way he teaches, or doesn't teach very much, combined with my inability to wake up super early and everything, like, it just was not a very good combination, unfortunately. So I haven't been doing very well in that class. Also, the fact that, see, the class is a co-requisite with Calculus 1, which means you're supposed to take Calculus 1 at the same time you take it. Like, that's the way they intend it. Obviously, you could take it ahead of time, and that's okay too, but it's intended to be taken alongside Calculus 1. Now, here's the thing. They expect us to know in this class things that you don't learn about and learn how to do until the end of Calculus 1, beginning of Calculus 2. I'm taking Calculus 1, so I can't do those things. So literally, like, the second day of class, I'm already lost because they're telling us to do integrals, and I don't know how to do integrals. Okay, I know a little bit, I know what they are, kind of, because I have some friends that know about that stuff, and I've learned a little bit, and, you know, I've had to, but it's like, this stuff is above me right now, you know, and yeah, that sucks. And normally I'm one of those people that really hates admitting they don't know something. I mean, that's actually kind of common, not liking to admit that you don't know something, but I mean, like, I'm really bad about it. Like, I have a fucking complex about it. Like, I literally, well, unfortunately, I don't go to therapy right now. I really should. I really kind of need it, but, like, that's a thing I was trying to get over and get help with, because, like, basically, like, my maybe not my biggest psychological problem, but like one of my biggest psychological problems is just having this complex about proving that I'm right and proving that I'm smart, because like I was bullied a lot as a kid with people saying I'm stupid all the time. So like I just have this constant need to prove that I'm smart and right, and it leads to like I'm trying to be aware of it and not do it so much anymore. But like, for instance, I will whatchamacallit, like if we're talking about something, and anytime I'm talking about something, I have the urge to be like, oh, I knew that. Like when someone says something to me, if I know about it, if I knew about it already, I'll interrupt them and be like, oh, I know that, or oh, I knew that, rather than being like, oh, okay, yeah, or whatever. Like, rather than just listening to them or letting them finish or being like, oh yeah, okay, yeah, I know what you're talking about, rather than just being like, you know, chilled out and like a normal person, I'm always like, no, I know that, you don't need to tell me that, I already knew that, what the hell is wrong with you? Or like I have to correct people. Like I just it really annoys me when I remember it and think about it. But yeah, that's a problem. But other than that, I guess that's pretty much everything I had to say for now. Is that basically I've been a bit of a train wreck in progress, but things are looking better. And I actually did kind of forget what I was going to say in the middle of that, which was I was essentially going to say that because the physics class is a bit too intense for me and like expected me to know things I don't know and that sort of thing, I realized that essentially what I'm going to have to do with that class is, unfortunately because of my financial situation and the fact that I didn't realize I was going to do so badly in this class until it was too late to drop it, I'm essentially just going to have to let that class be an F and just deal with that and hopefully do better next time. Unfortunately, they did change the rule with the BOG fee waiver. I'm in California. They have this thing called the BOG fee waiver, which is how come I'm able to go to school. Essentially it means that the government pays for me to go to college, and they're adding a new rule where if you don't do well enough in school, you're not allowed to get that anymore. And like, I get why they're doing it. It's like, oh, if you're a fucking moron, you shouldn't be in school, right? But unfortunately, in my case, it was a mistake, and I'm just kind of overwhelmed, taking too many classes at once, and like, I don't deserve that shit. I should be able to still go to school, but you know, it's, you know what? That's this whole other rant. But I am gonna say this at least. There's this concept that, like, you know, we should try and help people get out of poverty, and like, I'm not that poor, but I'm kind of poor. I mean, it kind of sucks. But like, there's this whole idea that like government assistance should be about getting people back on their feet, right? Like, that's kind of the whole point. Like, if you ask someone who works for the government in one of these like service things, with the exception of things like Social Security, which are for, you know, helping someone out who can't work anymore, or like disability, or like, with the exception of certain assistance programs that are essentially if you can't work and you're too old or whatever, or like, just, you know, you're old so you need a little help or whatever, that kind of stuff. With the exception of that stuff, those assistance programs are supposed to be about getting you to a state where you can get a job and take care of yourself. That is what they're supposed to do. But having gone through having to get help from these systems, they're designed to keep you down, because everything they do makes it difficult to do anything. It makes it so that you're able to live, but you have to spend so much time keeping up with the rules of their system and just barely hanging on by a thread that you can't really focus on working to improve yourself and working on getting yourself to be able to be hired again. I just noticed that windmill looks pretty cool, or rather, those windmills, like, they just caught my attention right now. It's pretty cool. It's an air base right there. That's interesting. Like, there's a runway and everything, or at least I assume there is. It looks like it. I'm not sure. But in any case, I'm really lucky. I live with my mom, and she deals with a lot of the paperwork and like really difficult parts of that. So I'm only even seeing it secondhand, really. But just from proximity and seeing how my mom has to struggle just to keep things going, it's really, really bad. And I don't get why they do that. And you know what? I'm ending this video on a downer, and that sucks. I'm sorry about that. But yeah, that's just the way things are. This video is a little longer than I intended, but I had a lot of things I wanted to talk about, and things that ended up being something that I talked about longer than I really thought I would. But thank you for sticking around if you did, and that's generally what's up with me. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and aren't too sad about this ending. And I'll see you in space.